band started in '83. I'd come from Denmark. I'm original from Denmark. I'd come to New York with my original band. We was all from Denmark, and we've been playing around. And in the beginning of '83, I'd met this guitar player that I'd seen, and he was just incredible. And I'd broken away from my band, and he'd broken away from his band, and we decided that we had the same interests, and that was Vito, and this is Vito now. We got together and we started writing some material, and we knew that we had something there. And one thing led to another. We had a couple of different members. In '84, we recorded an album called Fight to Survive. We had a lot of problems with it in America, and we couldn't get it out there for some reason. So the album came out in Japan first, and then went from Japan through Europe, England, Germany, France, and maybe even Austria. And the kids just started, writing to us and saying that they really liked the band, and we started getting a big following, which of course led to us getting the record deal in America for the next album, Pride, which we then went and recorded. And at that time, we got some new members, which was Greg and James. And at that time, we were a completed band, and we've been the same guys ever since. So we've been together for over 3 years now as this White Line, and we're on our third album now called Big Game, and we're practically toured all over the world, and we're on our second world tour now. And really, being a sex symbol to somebody is only if they see you as a sex symbol. I try to be or show as much. When you come on stage, it's not like you're out to build a house. You're out and you're shown, I want to show as much as you can. But it's not like you go up and say, hey, look at me, I'm a sex symbol. You decide if you think I'm a sex symbol. The groupies has nothing to do with that. That's just some people hanging out after the show and just wants to meet the band. Yeah, but I'm more talking about for the people out in the audience. Some people come to see the guitar player play. Some girls and boys come to see the front man, and the rest of the people come to see the band. I'm not saying it's because of the weather, not because... for a New York band starting up, it's just New York is not as much rock and roll as LA. LA, there's just millions of bands, and it's warm, so people have a better attitude. In New York, it's very hectic. In LA, it's very just laid back. So all the people just out there, and there's more people out there that's not in bands that looks like they're in bands. But I think that's what, in my opinion, made White Line a different band coming out of New York. When we came out, there was nobody there, and in New York, you really rehearse a lot because it's cold and you be outside. I mean, of course, it's warm in the summer. But, we just kept rehearsing and rehearsing. In L.A., your thoughts get carried away because there's so much going on. It's Hollywood, Yeah. I live there. James lives there now, but it's just for the weather. But I haven't been home for so long, so who really cares where you live? You have these bands coming out and thinking, or you give, hard rock, the image of hard rock is not only destroy. It's like there's so many different kinds of bands. White Line is just, when I write the lyrics, I just like to write about a couple of different things. And it's not a matter if you want to be nice or stuff like that. I think there's probably more realistic in a song like Broken Home than there would be, in a real thrash songs about killing your mother. It's stuff like that. But it's just us. We do what we want to do, and everybody else do what they want to do. And we have somebody who wants to come see us play because they like what we do, and that's the whole point of it. There's so many bands, there's so many people out there that's changing the style of music and it's calling it hard rock, pop rock, heavy metal, death metal, thrash metal. It's all rock and roll to us. Yeah, well, like somebody asked me the other day, is this song something to relate to your childhood? And it fortunately not. I was brought up with lots of love, very little money, but with lots of love, and I had the chance to go through life and explore it myself. I had the chance. Well, it's not like I had the chance to explore drugs. I I tried drugs, and right away I realized it was not for me. And the same thing, that is what I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to give my advice to the kids about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Is you have to find out for yourself. Because you're not going to tell a person, a person's not going to stop doing it because you're telling them to. He's got to stop doing it because he wants to. And writing songs like that is because you see that when you come out on stage, you look down in the front and you see a lot of people just, hanging. And, maybe they come from, broken childhoods and broken homes, and where the parents don't understand that these are not the 40s anymore. These are the 80s. These are almost the 90s that the kids are growing up in. It's competition. It's a very fast world now. You got to move really fast. And, it's in the old days you could take it easy. You could get married when you. Today the kids have sex when they're 13, 14 years old. In the old days it was like 25. And, the parents don't understand that. You got to solve a problem. You got to start from, where the problem started. You can't just jump right in the middle. So, if you have a killer out on the street, there's most of the time a reason why he became a killer. If there's a rapist or something like that, you most of the time can go back into his childhood and realize that, maybe his father raped him, or, so and so. This thing happened to him when he was a little child. The first 15 years of your life is normally when the things that stick with you for the rest of your lives that determines where you're going to go, what kind of direction.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty much, what it's all about. Be good to your kids.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted a tattoo. I'm just right now. I'm doing some bodybuilding, and my arms are just changing. So you don't want to do something and suddenly it gets fatter and fatter. But see, that's just within the last 5 years, really. I'm not going to start just getting tattoos because somebody else has them. I want it because I want to have it.
Yeah.
Most of yours, the records is what's first thing, and the live show is what we are. We are musicians, and then the clothes come, then the tattoo comes, and then the hair comes, But if the song is not there, it doesn't matter how many tattoos you have. And sometimes there's bands now who get together because they got tattoos, not because they're good musicians.